QBasic constants and variables. So the QBasic program has constants and it has variables. And remember, the variables are on the left side, constants will be on the right side. The variables are numeric and alphanumeric, and the constants are also numeric and alphanumeric. Now we should remember that numeric variables are matched with numeric constants, and alphanumeric variables have to be attached to alphanumeric constants. Now, what are they? Numeric variables will have a letter, either one letter and up to 12 letters, or they can have a number also after the letter, not before. Those are numeric variables, and they have to be assigned a numeric constant, and that numeric constant has to be only a number. It can be an integer, and it can be decimal as well. So it could be numbers like 45. And what should you do? You should write the variable on the left side, like a is equal to, and the constant on the right would be 45, or whichever number you want to put. Or it could be a, b, c, d is equal to 1.35, or you can write a3, or the number that is attached to it, is equal to the constant, the numeric constant. What about alphanumeric variables? Alphanumeric variables also start with a letter, and they have to end with a single dollar sign. And these letters could be up to 12, just like in your numeric variables. And if there is a number, it should be after the letter, not before the letter. So you could even have like something like $5. You could have ADV dollar. You could have a dollar. Okay, but you can't have the dollar before the letter. You cannot have the number before the letter. So there are some rules to follow. Now, alphanumeric variables have to be assigned to what? Which constant? The constant has to be a string constant in which there has to be inverted commas. And you can put letters, you can put numbers, and you can put special characters also inside that constant. Now you should note that these cannot be used in mathematical equations, unlike the numeric constants, which can be used in mathematical equations. So, constants. What are constants? They are data values that do not change at the time of execution of the program. You have numeric constants and alphanumeric constants. Numeric constants are integers like 34, 25, minus 140, and you could even use decimals. Alphanumeric constants are string constants, and they can use alphabets, digits, special characters, but they have to be enclosed in double quotes. Variables. The assigned location in the memory used to store a value is called a variable. And this value can be changed at the time of the execution of the program. A single character or set of characters are used. Example, A. What would that be? A numeric or an alphanumeric? Numeric. Why? It doesn't have a dollar sign after it. What about $, an ACB dollar? They would be alphanumeric variables. Why? They have a dollar sign after it. So you have numeric variables and alphanumeric variables. Numeric variables are variables that store integers, decimals, and fractional values, and they can be used to perform all arithmetic operations. But alphanumeric variables used to store only alphanumeric or string constants, and they should be inside inverted commas. They cannot be used in arithmetic operations. So how do we assign a numeric variable? What does assignment mean? It means store the constant in the variable using an equal to sign. So if you are going to assign 25 to the variable a, you have to write a is equal to 25, where a would be the variable and 25 would be the constant. So remember, variables are on the left, constant is on the right. Rules for naming a variable, a numeric variable. You have to begin with a letter, anything between A and Z. You can use more than one letter, up to 12 letters. No special characters can be used, like you can't put an at the rate of sign or a percentage sign. No, it's not allowed. A letter can be followed by a number like A5 or B5, but you cannot write 5B, okay? Does not distinguish between an integer, fraction, or a decimal value. The maximum limit to store a numeric constant would be up to 10 digits. Alphanumeric variables used to store alphanumeric or string constants in inverted commas. Example, $, B12. You cannot write $A, you cannot write 2CS, you cannot write $SF. Rules for naming alphanumeric variables. You start with a letter like A and you end with a $sign. No special characters can be used. You can use more than one letter up to 12 letters. Example, $A is equal to, in inverted commas, Arya Publishing Company. So, $A would be the alphanumeric variable and Arya Publishing Company would be the alphanumeric constant. The differences between numeric and alphanumeric variables. Numeric would store numbers. Alphanumeric can store alphabets, words, and special characters. Numeric variables must begin with a letter or a letter followed by a number. Example, A and A5. Alphanumeric has to begin with a letter and it has to end with a $sign. Numeric variables can be used for mathematical operations, while alphanumeric variables cannot be used in mathematical operations. Let's do an exercise. We correct the statements. First one, $B is equal to World Cup 2007. What's wrong with it? Yes, as World Cup 2007 has to be put in inverted commas. And that would be an alphanumeric constant. Alphanumeric variable would be $B. What about the second one, $A? That's wrong because it has to be $A is equal to Arya Publishing Company. That bit is right. So this again would be alphanumeric variable and alphanumeric constant. What about $P is equal to A plus B into 2? The correct way to write it is, first of all, you have to note, is this a numeric or is it an alphanumeric? It has to be a numeric because it's a mathematical equation. And we know that alphanumerics cannot be written as mathematical equations. So it cannot be $P, it just has to be P. P is equal to A plus B. And what is the multiplication sign? You have to put an asterisk, asterisk 2. What about A is equal to P into 5 plus 5 into Q? Now we know that this is a mathematical equation, so A is equal to this should be correct. What about $4B? That's wrong because it should be B4 is equal to New Delhi, right? The number has to come after the letter. AVG is equal to 2A plus 3B plus 4C by 3. So this would be a numeric variable because there is a mathematical equation involved. And what do we have to put for Q basic? 2A has to be written as 2 asterisk A plus 3 asterisk B plus 4 asterisk C. Right. A into B, is that correct? No, they cannot be inside a numeric variable. You cannot have an asterisk sign. So it has to be simply AB is equal to A asterisk B for A multiplied by B plus C asterisk D. And that's what we've just said. So write an appropriate variable for understanding information technology. So what kind of variable should you use, a numeric or an alphanumeric? It should be an alphanumeric. So let's pick $A or B. What about A asterisk B asterisk C? This is a mathematical equation. So there has to be only one letter or a letter followed by a number because it's a numeric variable that you want. What about 15th August 1947? It's a string constant. So you have to use a string variable. So use $A or B. What about the next one? Half multiplied by A plus 1/4 multiplied by B. It's mathematical equation, so you have to use a numeric variable like A or B. What about 11.99? That is a numeric constant, so you have to use a numeric variable like A.